Government, but members of Congress have kept in place services that help their own offices continue to run quite smoothly. The News 4i team canvassed the Capitol, and Scott McFarland discovered that even though federal workers throughout the country are on furlough, some of the conveniences that members of Congress enjoy are very much still in place. Scott?
Yeah, Jim, Congress is still spending your tax money on itself in ways you might not expect.
No need to walk all the way. The underground subway that saves members of Congress the hike between their offices and the U.S. House floor is still running. The operators still on the job. Congress's in-house physicians, too. So are the staff at the privately run cafeterias, banks, and the independently operated post office at which members of Congress can grab a meal, cash a check, or buy stamps within feet of their offices. And the News 4i team has learned the House recording studio at which members of Congress can use tax money to record cable TV shows for viewers back home also stays open. And the Franking Commission is still running, too. That's the commission that reviews mass mailings and newsletters members of Congress send back home, also at taxpayer expense. A House Administration Committee spokeswoman tells us both allow members of Congress to communicate with constituents. But David Williams of the Alexandria-based Taxpayers Protection Alliance says,
and what these perks and benefits do really help them get reelected. When you talk about a recording studio, when you talk about mail services, this is about getting reelected.
Some operations are closed. The shoe shine, the House locksmith, too. And yes, senators must push their own buttons on the elevator during the shutdown. The elevator attendants weren't on duty during our check. But there is still IT support, and members of Congress will have continued access to their free parking spots at Dulles and Reagan. And the graphics department that makes those signs you see on the U.S. House floor also stays open. And members of Congress will also continue to get paychecks toward their $174,000 a year salaries, and they get benefits during the shutdown. All the while, many of their political aides and office staffers will be furloughed. Former Senate staffer Brad Fitch lived through the 1995 shutdown.
Congressional staff who are type A personalities who really love their jobs, and that's why they're doing it, because they're not doing it for the pay. It's very hard to be told you're not essential or you have to go home.
A spokesman tells me Washington, D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is now issuing only digitized newsletters, no mass mailings, to save resources and money. Ohio Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown tells us he'll donate his paycheck during the shutdown. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, via social media, says the same. Scott McFarland, News 4i.
Metro